You almost forgot the intro music, didn't you? There.
No, start
Da, 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 da. La, 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 la. We still don't have words for the song yet.
We don't.
Oh, this has not started.
That's why we're having
Bobby-
Bobby on.
It's Bobby's Unfrozen. Good. Hello, everybody.
Would you say Bobby's
Tuesday.
unfrozen?
Hello.
Bobby's now unfrozen.
Would they find him in an
Hey,
iceberg?
Yeah, I'm having
Him and
wax.
Pauly Shore?
He's in Alabama. They barely
No,
have
Brendan
internet to
Fraser.
begin
Sorry,
with.
him and Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Pauly Shore didn't get frozen, but he was in the movie.
Yeah.
And it was one of the Baldwins, not the one that shot the other person, but the other one. Too soon?
I'm more like the John Carpenter monster.
Yes, you're the Thing.
Right. That's
Yeah,
the first thing
yeah.
we think of when we think of Bobby Jackson is the John Carpenter monster.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those shapes could be cloacas.
Yeah.
Stop it. Or
So we should really get the
cuddly
show
huskies.
started.
Hey, so Rose Nest. We're not sculpting today. We have the infamous Bobby Jackson on today.
Speak for yourself. I'm
Um,
sculpting every day.
Oh yeah.
Welcome
Well, we're not
to
sculpting
me.
right now. How about that? Pokey Tool time. Hey, Pokey Tool, only place you can get it is on this show for every 5 subs that we get, where Justin allows us to give one away. Hey, it's not Jason and I that are dictating how many subs need to happen. We'd give away a bunch of them. if it was
We'd
just
give
up
one to
us.
everybody that was in chat. We'd probably give one
Right.
to everybody in chat and maybe whoever their favorite person was.
Hey, but if you got to work with the man, you got to deal with the man's rules, and the man's rules are 5 subs, and we'll give away a Pokey Tool. So, Pokey Tool is, and like I said, show
Rhonda says,
exclusive,
"Make Bobby
sculpted by-
sculpt." Huh. That's pretty funny.
Sculpted by Julie Guthrie and lettered by Bob Rodolphe. So get your show exclusive Pokey Tool, throw some subs in, and that's it for that.
That's a bright, shining example of miniature or art in miniature is what it is. It's fantastic.
Yes, it
that
is.
Pokey Tool. It is the best
Yeah.
Pokey Tool in the known universe.
Yeah, by far. It's the number 1 Pokey Tool. And it's the most elusive
Definitely.
Pokey Tool.
It is.
Hmm.
That's what makes it so good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss
So
the
anyway,
music
we're
that
talking
tortured
right
Bobby.
past Bobby, and
I
he
have a case of
interrupted.
them.
He interrupted his successful run as Riff in the Paducah,
Hmm.
Kentucky Community Theater version of West Side Story just to
Right.
be here with us. And I had some questions about that. I just was wondering,
Oh,
About
How
my,
did that
my
go,
community
Bobby?
theater,
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
As well as-
the
as well as you would
the
expect.
director, of course, is the legendary Agnes Sexwale. And I was wondering what it was like working with her.
Jets.
There you go. See, this is why you survived. I know I read the New York Times review and they were really complimentary to you. They did mention though that doing the whole thing in a Scottish brogue was a really bold move that might backfire.
Well, I am an innovative actor.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
I mean,
Wow, look at that
for
dragon.
Pete's sake, it's been done to death.
Yeah.
Not in
So,
Paducah.
so there's something that's coming up towards the end of the month, and Bones
Adepticon.
6. Oh, you go. Let's skip that. Let's go to Adepticon.
Yeah, I'm
Are
going
you
to
going
Don't
Adepticon.
forget
to-
Gary Con as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to GaryCon. I would love to go to GaryCon. My fantasy is that Ron Hawkins would hook us all up with a Reaper reunion weekend or week after the North Texas RPG weekend. Man, North Texas RPG Con is the bomb.
And I want to clarify, Bobby, you said your fantasy is hooking up with Ron?
We're hooking up with Ron. Clip that.
Mute
No, that's
yourself,
not
Justin,
exactly
and go
what he
do
said,
push-ups.
really. Yeah. I think maybe there's a generational communication problem here, Justin.
Yeah. Some sort of
What are your
potty
plans?
slang.
What are your plans?
What are
at
your plans for
Adepticon?
Adepticon?
72 hours of solid gaming. I'm gonna
What games
roll
have you signed
dice.
up for?
I'm going to play Saga. I'm going to play Stargrave. I'm going to play Frostgrave. To play I'm having a brain cramp. This other thing that I really like.
Oh,
For
Caveman.
72 hours, you're going to do this, and you don't know exactly
Yes.
what it is yet. So that's pretty good, actually. That's a good way to go through life.
It's easy. It's easy to play games at Adepticon. It's not like I'll be
Yeah, that's what I hear. I've
game
never
challenged.
been, but every time I make plans to go, something happens. So
Like
quit planning
worldwide
now.
plagues.
Yeah, whatever. Earthquakes, comets, asteroids, whatever.
Dragon Rampant. Dragon Rampant is the
Oh,
game I'm
yeah,
gonna play.
yeah.
Hey, this is Dragon from Bones 6 Kickstarter. Have y'all heard that Reaper's going to do another Kickstarter?
When?
Are you guys
really?
involved in that at all? Yeah. Do you know?
No.
Am I telling you something new? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
There's a new
Gene's doing
Kickstarter
most
that's
of the
gonna
models
happen.
in that this time.
Yeah. Gene and Chris Lewis. Yeah.
Who did?
Well,
Okay.
Chris did an
that
amazing dragon. Talk about a dragon. Have you seen that one yet? Are you going to be painting that one, you think?
Is that the one they previewed up on Twitch or Twitter or one of those
Yeah,
things?
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really cool. There's been no confirmation that I'm going to paint that. Who knows? It might show
Have you
up.
put in your dibs?
Those dibs, as much as it has its own little meme thing on Twitch, doesn't seem to work too much for me. So, I would say dibs.
Do you ever
Happy
sweeten
to.
the offer with a little bit of cash?
No.
Huh.
Why would I do that? I mean,
well, that's
they
the
pay
only
me.
way I can sculpt anymore. It seems like.
Oh,
have to give
so
them some
you
money.
pay them so you could sculpt for them.
Exactly.
Is that what happens?
Precisely.
Okay. Yeah. 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 So, now we only have 48 minutes to kill.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So what else? Why did we have Bobby on, Jason?
Well, I've got a list of questions.
You
I wanted to talk a little bit about the theater thing, and that kind of fell flat. So I had another one, Bobby. If you were to have your pick of any miniature that you've made to be reproduced in circus peanut material, would you use the original pale orange or a different color, and why?
No, we would go. I'm a traditional guy. I'd go orange for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you actually eat circus peanuts.
Which model would it be, though?
Hey, I'm talking to Jason, Michael.
All right. Okay. All right.
The orange, starts the saliva flowing. Just seeing that particular shade of orange. Everything else is kind of inferior. So I'd definitely go with
to
the
say
orange.
nothing of the properties of subsurface light scatter. I mean, it really does make the surface is very attractive on those circus peanuts.
It is.
I don't think they have that in their marketing brochure. Starts the saliva flowing, and that's gonna be on their packaging from now on.
I've never seen the marketing brochure, but it wouldn't do me any good because I don't read Chinese.
All right. So moving on, I think I'm out of questions for Bobby. So go ahead, Michael. Let's see what you brought.
Wow. I thought we had a long list.
Paducah and circus peanuts. Let's go back.
That's it. That's all I got, man.
Yeah. He's a raconteur. Elaborate.
Yes. Really?
1, 2, 3, go. Raconteur. Why?
Raconteur means a storyteller.
And okay, then take us down one of your paths there, Pugh, the Magnificent.
What story would you like me to tell?
I think
how about the one with your
do the raconteuring?
How about the one with your son and his many rescues, especially in the motel?
No, We're not going to tell those stories. They're number one. Those stories are not funny. Those are stories about real people actually suffering. And the fact that I tell them,
Then why are you laughing?
says something about you.
No, but as soon as I brought it up, you were laughing. So I may be corrupt, but you're right there with me.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
You're right there.
I shouldn't be laughing.
Yes, this is one of the
Izzy
Bone
Lobo points
Six
out
Dragons.
from the chat that you're not fuzzy enough to be a raconteur, apparently. So I apologize for the misuse of that term.
This is a Bone 6 dragon. This was sculpted, I believe, by Questron. And also, I fully expect there was a heavy amount of work done by Daryl Roberts. He usually takes a lot of those digital sculpts and makes edits to make them more miniaturesque or more printable and castable and all that stuff. So he does a lot of work that's put into these. So yeah, it's something
Daryl
I've been
makes a
working
lot
on
of
for
our
quite a
work
while.
look good. Daryl and Kevin both.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He does. He's getting to be a good painter too. He's had a lot of the monthly miniatures up painted as well. Yeah. You ever go to the main web page for Reaper, Bobby?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, occasionally. Usually about every other month, every third month.
You got any stories about that? Because, we still got a long time.
We got a long
I'll tell you a
time.
story about going to the Reaper main page.
Okay.
Yeah, 44 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like to go to the Reaper main page. I mean, everybody needs plastic bases and meadow green paint.
Well, let's talk a minute about meadow green paint, because that is really a true story that you had a major part in, because meadow green paint had been discontinued.
Yes. Just to
and you waged kind of a
by
massive
Ron
campaign.
Hawkins. Yes, it was like a one-man whining campaign. Belly aching,
it was
griping, perpetual, unceasing complaints. And I barraged Hawkins with my grievances, and he responded to save his sanity, because I was unrelenting, and he gave me back my meadow green.
And
I looked at it
what was it about meadow green that was so attractive to you? The chroma?
Well, back in the olden days, I used to use Games Workshop paints before Reaper even had paints. And I would paint the edges of my army bases with goblin green. And then when I stopped using Games Workshop paints and shifted to Reaper paints, I found the closest color they had to the old goblin green was meadow green. And so I painted all my edges of my army bases with meadow green. And then Ron suddenly and without warning canceled it. And so
Ron,
I mean, like
Ron isn't the great canceller. I'm going to defend Ron, believe it or not. This may be the first time, so mark it down. Ron is not the great canceller. That's above him.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You can make up whatever you want to make up.
The pressure, I think, is what he's trying to say.
It doesn't keep me from blaming Ron.
Do you think he called up Ed Pugh and was whining to Ed about meadow green? No, it was Ron.
Exactly. He doesn't have the balls to do that. Exactly. So
Ed no longer takes my calls.
Ed doesn't even take the call. So anyway, you went and repaint. So all your miniatures are based in meadow green.
That's correct. The edges.
And what do you paint your goblins, by the way?
Orange.
We might as well get right into it, because this is another bone of contention.
Orange.
Orange goblins.
They're not like a bright chroma orange. They're more like a Proctor orange.
Well, I've been seeing
What's a Proctor
lot of your... Yeah, that's a good question.
What's a Proctor
I'd like to
Orange?
know.
Dirty and corrupt, or what?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the particular chroma on my monitor, and it,
Okay.
kind of have that jaundiced orange look.
So I've been seeing a lot of people painting your Goblin Wolf Riders lately.
Yeah.
And
appropriate
I was
color
wondering,
green.
when you paint them, do you paint them orange? Circus peanut orange or a different kind
The
of
goblins?
orange? Yeah.
Yeah. My orange goblin flesh preference is a lower chroma, kind of an orangey tan, not like Michael with a sunburn.
So you were basically painting goblins probably before Games Workshop injected the whole idea of a fungal basis for goblinoids.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, in the old days, and as a matter of fact, I do have my my dragon rampant army is a orc army with goblins, but they're all green because they're all Kev Adams sculpts.
Otis says he thinks ruddy is a more of a correct term.
Ruddy,
Goblin.
precisely.
Ruddy.
Ruddy.
And this is fascinating topics.
This is important
Rhonda
stuff.
said you're the only person that she knows of that whined a paint back into existence.
Yes, he is.
Never underestimate the power of whining.
I know. It's an amazing superpower, but to get a paint seems maybe a little trivial. Maybe there aren't some other problems you could whine about and get those fixed too.
Hey, Bobby, that's your new class for ReaperCon.
Whiner?
Power of whining. Yeah, whiner.
A gnome whiner?
I'll be a gnome whiner.
Yeah.
Just make sure you pronounce it right.
Are you guys ready to see the magic abilities that Abrant's cloak is going to unveil?
Oh Lordy!
I hope it's
a strangling. I hope it's a cloak of strangling.
How did it get to be Abrant's cloak?
It's an elven cloak that really only works for one of the characters within the party, i.e., the elf. Since it was an elf trial, you have your otter pants, by the way.
I also have a cloak of entanglement or a ring of entanglement. I can't remember what. I have some kind of something or other.
Yeah, you haven't used that in a while. I think it was a cloak of entanglement.
I totally forgot the last time we played.
Yeah.
Well,
that could have worked on that.
Cloak of strangling.
On the Hydra you let loose. Anyway, we're talking about a campaign, which is great, and we'll be playing again this Friday. But since we have Bobby here, I'd like to talk more about sculpting, specifically maybe some clues as to what you're working on in Bone 6. Tales from the Green Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it an orange griffin?
This one's green.
Okay.
I think you can say what you've sculpted. You just probably can't show it, but maybe you can give some clues of some of the.
We've seen some things. We've seen some previews that were sent out for people to paint. I believe I saw some from Rhonda that were amazing from several other watchers of this program.
Wait.
Yeah. She blew that away. Those guys turned out great.
That was like that whole party would be great.
Yeah, those were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun.
Hey,
hey,
check it out.
Oh, there's a little hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys were a lot of fun.
Look at those.
Pull the
how do you rate?
Pull the goblin out.
Did you get any of those goblins?
I did not. No.
I didn't either.
There's a bunch of tiny ones. Is the goblin this one?
That's the hobbit, you half-wit. Look at the hair on his feet.
Well, that explains a lot about his painting choices.
Is it a female hobbit? Is it a female? Yeah, I'm gonna start
where all those damn green hobbits were coming from.
There's a goblin.
I mean, they're well painted, but I was wondering about the color choices.
That's an elf
make
wizard,
everybody. Yes.
and he's kind of got this little crystalline spell effect going in his right hand.
Yes. That's pretty cool. I'll get my glasses on.
How do you approach the posing, Bobby? From a sculptor that has no idea how you do that.
You know what was cool is, am I lagging again? Dead nabbit.
It's all right. Just talk. We'll catch it up. We'll fix it in post.
If you get all of the little adventurers out, their bases fit together in a little jigsaw pattern so that they're all in a little group.
Yes.
And so that's how
wonderful.
I did their posing, because they all had to, the bases had to fit together, and
they had to kind of rank up and interact with each other a little bit.
Yeah, and not interfere with one another. So the little wizard.
I don't think I got all of them.
Well, there should be
adventures.
There's four. There's 4 adventures.
Oh, okay, I got them. I got 4.
And then there's a goblin with an axe.
Oh boy,
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah,
I'm not sure this is.
That's it. That's exactly how they go.
Okay, can you do this? Look
that
at
how
that.
they
Did it. Bingo.
Wow.
And
that's an ad right there. Somebody clip that to show how easily that can be done. Because Michael.
exactly
why are they all battling
live
one poor little goblin?
Uh,
We got one goblin.
That is a 10 hit dice goblin.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I notice his base doesn't fit in, so you just made that impossible.
Yeah, he's
Poor
an
goblin.
outsider.
He'll never fit
Never
in.
be part,
Not with
never be
not
part.
with a base like that.
I like these non-rounded bases like this.
Do you?
I like them too.
Yeah.
I don't like the rounded bases are meh. They're right.
Huh. Well, you need to
Is
make
she-
your
what is-
preferences
is she
known,
a
I think,
human?
to the powers that be.
Yes. She's a human,
human?
thief or a rogue. I go
Let
thief.
me get her.
Yeah. She's
That's
my least favorite. My
Oh.
favorite is the little
Then let's-
hobbit. If I had to rank them, I'd go hobbit, elf, dwarf, human.
wow. You rated the elf that high?
Yeah, I like that elf. I think he's kind of cool.
Okay. All right.
Even though
Show these.
I would have to.
I like them all. I wish I had a set. That kind of makes me mad now.
I wish I had a set too.
You know what was interesting is they
are
just
they-
showed up.
Are they bones black?
Yes. No, they're Bones
Oh,
USA.
No,
Are
they're
you
Bones
sure?
USA.
They're-
The
well,
bottom of the base.
They're
The bottom of the base looks hollow.
Bones
Looks like they're bones
6.
black.
It doesn't say.
Look at the bottom of the
What
base.
does it say on the base?
It's
they're-
made in
yeah.
China.
Yeah, that's
So they're
bones
bones
So
black.
they are Bones black.
Wow. Oh shit! I didn't disinfect them before I opened it up.
Wow. Man.
Oh
what would you
man!
get infected by the kind folks at Reaper?
Stop! Overt racism will get you banned from Twitch.
Oh,
Stop it.
I thought he was talking about something different.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Jackson, what's wrong with you?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a postal carrier. I just wanted to make sure everything was
All right.
clean. You know how you're supposed to disinfect your packages initially.
Yeah,
Remember when
Michael
COVID
works
started?
in the health industry, so he's kind of like that,
kind of nervous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's a cool little hobbit.
Yeah, it is.
it is.
That's cool. Super cool.
I like his little facial expression. He looks grumpy.
Mm-hmm. Right now, do you know how you get these right now? Rhonda mentioned it in
How?
chat and I forgot. So if you place an order on the Reaper store, you will get randomly one of these 4.
Oh, cool.
I think.
What if
I don't think the
want
goblins
a random
involved.
one? What if I want Bobby's favorite one?
Which is the chick, right? This was his
No,
favorite.
he said he likes the little halfling.
Oh, he likes.
I think
the
he used the
halfling
term
ones?
hobbit, but I'm not sure we can.
Yeah,
Halfling.
I know
Halfling.
that's
Sorry.
halfling. And the gnome's pretty big. Are the gnomes that much bigger than a hobbit?
I don't know. I made it as big as Ron told me to. It's a
Yeah,
dwarf, a
it's
female
cool.
dwarf.
Oh, it's female dwarf. Okay, female
Yeah,
dwarf.
you'll notice there's breasts on the front.
And is this going to go down the path of the cloaca again, or what are we doing here with?
You do whatever you want. I could just sit and
Okay.
watch you put that together all day. That
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
It's
The
fun.
only-
It's fun.
Only
okay.
out of the 5, I would say only the elf and the goblin would have a cloaca.
Well, you sculpted them. What did they have before you put the clothes on them?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the little human, she and the dwarf are anatomically as you would expect them to be, as are the goblin and the elf. And as we all know, elves have cloacas, as do goblins. You've taken them away. Now we're looking at bugbears. Did you ever get the girl?
Ben's sending me the girl.
Okay. Oops, sorry about that.
Yeah. So these are. I'm pretty sure these are going to still be in the Kickstarter. They were at one point.
Yeah,
Are
they're their own little thing, whatever they're calling them.
Are they their own little stretch goal or whatever? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. These are cool, and I know you totally ripped off Trey in doing these.
Oh man, there's no
they're
doubt. I totally ripped off Trey. It's like
they are
Trey,
so awesome.
Hey Trey, what's over there?
Look over there.
I totally ripped Trey off, or at least attempted to rip Trey off.
Is this guy in the Kickstarter too, or is he was?
Yeah, he's
I know
the boss.
he's okay, but he's in the Kickstarter as well. I haven't seen the graphics lately.
Unless something's changed, that's my understanding. He's the boss and the girl.
Yeah, I believe the female bugbear as well is in the Kickstarter. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben's sending me the girl. So
cool.
Thank you, Ben, if you're watching. So yeah, and here's I need to finish these too. I've been a little distracted lately. They're super cool, dude. And they are, I mean, they're very, and you did Trey justice.
Well, good. That's a nice compliment because I love Trey. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I was trying very hard to rip him off.
Nice. I think when he was on, we showed him these bugbears.
Might have even been in the art direction sheet, don't you think?
Yeah.
Rip off Trey.
That
was pretty much all I got.
I keep getting rip off Bobby, so if I ripped off a Bobby sculpt that ripped off Trey,
it's a second.
Is it like the Xerox effect? It just fades more and more with every copy we make.
Yeah, we're all indirectly ripping off Trey.
That's right.
The only one that I wish, now that I look at them, I don't mean to pick them apart, but the little girl, the little thief, which
what's wrong with her?
Call a rogue.
Yes.
Her hair is weak in the back. It's just not dynamic enough in the back. But the thing that really bothers me about her, what's that?
I disagree. But go ahead.
Okay.
Well, maybe she's not moving very fast.
I think she's cool.
Yeah, she's. I think. I'm not saying she's not awesome. She is awesome.
Yeah.
But to pick her apart, I would do something a little different with her hair in the back. It's just hanging like moss. But the thing that really bothers me is her boobs. For some reason, she's either wearing a breastplate that's being affected by gravity, or there's no wrinkles in. So it is not. It doesn't sell me. I would change that if I had to do it over again.
Yeah, they are. Let's see if we can get a Twitch violation here.
Well, maybe Trey will do one and do it better.
Yeah, and then you can copy him and
I will rip him off for sure. Here's how you do breastplate boobs, Jackson.
The face is really cool, though. Look at the face and the eyebrows.
Hobby Pony suggested she needs a cloak, and that wouldn't be a bad addition if someone was skilled with some green stuff.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Bobby, I don't think she needs any improvement. I think you did a wonderful job.
I do like her face. She does look a little grouchy.
Yeah, her face is great. Yeah, her face is
great. Well, the
great.
painted example I've seen is wonderful. So.
Oh my goodness, Bender killed it. She killed it.
Yep.
Yeah, Ron sent these to the right painter.
mean one that could actually tell a gnome from a hobbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that could actually do a good job painting them. And there's
those were a lot of
the
fun.
wizard. Yeah, these are great. The halfling fighter, or
Yeah, he's a
halfling
fighter.
paladin. Okay, he could be a paladin, maybe.
He could be a paladin if you wanted to be, but
Yeah.
I was imagining him as a fighter.
And she's cool. I like her.
A little dwarf
It's very
cleric.
Viking-esque. Yeah. Got a little Viking going on there with the dwarf thing. That's cool. Yeah, cool.
She's cool.
Oops. Yep.
I'm surprised that they're Bones Black. I didn't realize that they were Bones Black. I thought they were going to
Yeah,
be
me
Bones
too.
USA.
You did those a while
that's
ago.
what I just assumed that they were, when I didn't even think anything more about it.
Yeah, when you flipped them over, I saw the hollow in the base. I thought that doesn't look like that looks like a Chinese base.
Yeah.
I'll bet you they'll show up in Bones Black at some point, or I mean in Bones USA at some point.
Oh, is the dwarf?
That's a good question. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
is
Michael.
the dwarf a reimagined Freya? It was a question from Clavicus81.
Which figure is that?
The dwarf chick, a reimagined Freya.
I don't know the names. Let me look. Hold on a second, and I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
See, Otis is
point out that we don't name our sculpts.
Oh
by the way.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, Ron does all the naming.
Yeah.
That is one of the inspirational images that Ron sent.
Oh, Freya.
Yeah, and you'll also notice that the little throwing axe on the inside of Freya's shield. I ripped that off just recently too. What was that? That was a figure I did just recently that had a throwing axe on the inside of the shield.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was. Totally ripped that off from Freya. Werner Klock. He's a genius.
Yeah.
That's
looky there.
I'm gonna have to steal that myself.
It was that figure. How about that?
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, but this one, this particular.
So an amalgamation of rehashed ideas.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, that's just a wonderful sales line there, Michael.
All right.
And but Ron stipulated a hammer instead of an axe.
On her inside, And yeah, it's an axe up in the shield. Yeah.
So you've been an unabashed proponent of Bones USA, Bobby.
Oh yes, big time.
Yeah, tell us what you like about it.
He likes the paychecks he gets from sculpting them.
Well, that'd be number one. That's the easy one.
Michael has this. I think he has this pie in the sky view of us sculptors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't. I know you guys too well.
I'll tell you, to be serious, I do really like the Bones USA material. There's a couple of things I don't like about it. Cleaning seams up on it is a little bit more iffy. You got to kind of shave mold lines rather than file them or so it's a little more. There's a little trick to cleaning mold lines off that you don't have to worry about with you kind of have to worry about it with the original Bones material, but metal or resin or whatever, no big deal. But this stuff, you got to be very careful cleaning mold lines off, and that's the only drawback, in my opinion.
You kind of went off into an unresponsive angle to my question there, Jackson. I asked what you liked about it.
Okay, I've come. Yeah. Okay, let's
come back around and talk about that.
Everything but that. It is super durable. It takes paint super easy, and it's super convertible. So it's like when you're gluing a multi-part thing together. What I've learned is take your scalpel and cut the inside of the joint, shave the inside of the joint, because the interior of the material is slightly porous. So when you put your super glue in the joint, if you shaved that glossy area where there's surface tension on the inside face, shave that away and allow the glue to penetrate into the material, you'll get a super hard joint that you can't pull apart.
So you're talking about just a gentle scraping rather than removing a lot of stock, right? You just
just
you're just
shave
exposing the internal
surface down.
structure. Yeah, okay.
That's right. Just gently shave the surface down, and then you'll get a super tight join on any conversion. It's really amazing. And then once you get your figures painted and properly minwaxed and sealed, you can just throw them in a Ziploc bag and take them to the store to play. You don't even need foam lined cases or anything. They're super durable.
Huh.
Yeah.
So does that
Especially with
minwax
as many
help
layers
that
of minwax you put on
durability,
there.
do you think?
I'm sorry, Michael was talking over you, Jason. What?
Well, it's a story of my life. Does the minwax help with the durability, seeing how you throw them in a Ziploc bag and take them to the store?
All right.
Yeah,
official show disclaimer. Well, official show disclaimer. We do not in any way, in the least, support the purchase or use of minwax on a miniature. If you want to do something with your wood floor or your table or whatever, minwax away. But
I'm glad you asked. It's Minwax
Sacrilege.
Tudor 360 is the Minwax Polyshades Tudor 360 is the. I'm so glad you asked. That is the appropriate minwax to use for hobby miniatures, and I'm sure it does
you have
protect
a collision
the
of
surface of the
worlds.
miniature.
You have a collision
What's
of
that?
worlds here over this minwax stuff, because very rarely do I see Michael throw his stuff in a Ziploc bag and throw it down on the table at a local store.
Yeah.
I think
he's
maybe
afraid.
we have a little difference in application of our painting conundrum here.
Yes, there's bold adventurers on the tabletop, and then there's yellow cowards hiding behind their optivisor.
Wow, man!
Wow.
Yes.
Well, thanks
That's
for being
right.
on the show today, Bobby. Well,
Yeah,
with that said,
yeah.
yeah.
That was real nice.
To answer-
It's good. It's good to do your last show on a high note like that, I think.
Right. Okay, Rhonda Bender, a voice of reason. You can skip the minwax or other sealer and just not let them rub together. So layered in a Tupperware with bubble wrap or something between layers, that's all you need. Don't ruin
That's all you need.
your miniatures in a crappy layer of minwax. She didn't type that last part, but I added it in because I know that's what she was thinking.
It's sort of a nice intermediate position, but I don't think, as much as I like Rhonda, I'm not sure that reflects the reality of at least some of the people I know that play with our miniatures.
Well, I'll
Bobby's
just say
not at
this,
all
and-
concerned with them rubbing together, by the way. I mean,
No, and because the minwax and a good
I'm not gonna go
sealant
there.
does keep them from rubbing together. But the point I was trying to make is the Bones USA material is so durable. If you were to just throw metal miniatures or resin cast miniatures into a Ziploc bag and throw them in a pistol case, you'd break the spears off. It'd be a mess. You'd bend them and tear them all up. With the Bones USA material, they're like bones. You can just once you get your bones painted and properly minwaxed and sealed, you can throw them in a Ziploc bag and take them to the tournament.
To be fair, most people haven't seen Bobby's, what he calls a painted miniature. So coating them in minwax and throwing them in a tub and shaking it a lot isn't going to change anything in the result. So it's fair that you do that. Now, someone that might spend a little more time and effort and care and passion related to painting their miniature may not want to go down that path. But it's good for you.
No,
It's good for
me
you.
because
It's good for
it
you.
is good for me. My standard is for you to stand on the other side of the table and say, "Those look pretty good."
Yep. Dip them and flip them.
That's right.
So this is something you're still working on?
What's that?
That goal? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Wow.
That's my aspiration. I someday hope to have you standing on the other side of the 4-foot table and say, "Those don't look bad."
Hey, that's a goal for ReaperCon. I want you to bring
Yeah.
your pistol case, them all rumbling together. I want you to shake it before you pour it on the table. Set them up. I will stand 4 feet away, and I will give you my honest to goodness review, unbiased.
Okay, very good.
I
Very good.
see. I think we have to do this in some kind of double blind. I think we have to put them out on the table without Bobby even being there. Then walk
Mhm.
around with Michael, and if he says, "Hey, look at those don't look half bad 4 feet away,"
Mm.
I think that's what we have to do. Because if he
I
connects it
like
too
that.
closely to Bobby, they'll never pass the muster.
No, I am a professional enough judge that I can put aside my personal feelings, resentment, and anger that's been built up towards Jackson and set that
Bitterness,
aside and honest and
jealousy,
bitterness, jealous.
wrath,
Well, yeah. And
unreasonable,
honestly,
irrational.
yeah.
You're willing to concede that there might be something to this minwax technique?
No.
Because when we started the show, you were totally against it. You even did a disclaimer.
No, I'm just saying I am willing to be open to him attempting. But
Wow, that's okay. Let's just
Yeah.
change some more
I just
together.
don't-
Let's see some more
I'm-
qualifiers.
I'm
willing
open,
to be
but I'm
open
not-
to the attempt.
Yeah, to
I'm
consider
open,
that
but I'm
maybe
not
he might not be so bad
remotely
as he
confident.
was.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
my confidence level is extremely low, but that doesn't keep me from like going, hey, maybe squirrel in a nut kind of thing. You know,
Huh? Well, maybe we
somebody's
need a
got to
minwax
win the
trophy.
lottery. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
I think that's a great idea.
instead of us giving certificate of merits,
don't
we
need a
could just
trophy, just
call
an
it the
empty can,
Minwax
maybe.
Award. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, now you're hurting you're hurting those of us who receive 6 certificates of merit. You're hurting our feelings.
So if you were to pick one miniature that you wouldn't use wax on, Bobby, what would it be?
Well, if I were gonna paint one for display and not to play with, then I wouldn't minwax it.
All right. So I guess that's a concession. So
well, yeah,
we haven't really
I guess
moved off much of the dime here.
No, we haven't. The last miniature I think I painted that I did not use minwax on, but actually used layers and blending was a campfire.
Mm.
A little model campfire.
Okay.
I think we also have to point out here that Bobby's got a number of grandchildren, though, also.
Yeah.
So
and that number would
might protect that.
3.
Three grandchildren are soon going to be pushing those around a table 4 feet from you. So
yeah,
I'm so excited. Yeah.
Aren't you afraid of the fumes? They're awfully young. Their brains are still developing.
Yes, I love it. But I am the grandfather, not the father. So I have the prerogative to say, change this one. It's emitted something.
You just said it was okay for floors. I'm pretty sure once it dries on a miniature, it'd be all right.
Yeah.
There is one miniature that I think that would suit well, and Cranky Dog 71 mentioned it. That would work perfectly with minwax.
What was that?
A gelatinous cube.
Well, if you could find minwax in a suitable color, I wouldn't use Tudor 360. It's too gray. But if you could get something that would accentuate the gelatinous nature of the cube, I'd sure as heck use minwax on it. It comes out with a nice gloss. It settles in the crevices.
There you go. Hey, Greg Zuniga, Wicked Elf. Wicked Elf Greg Zuniga says he wants a minwax trophy, which is just a giant picture of your head.
You know what?
as
We
the
should
trophy.
scan my head and print
Mhm.
it and use that as the trophy.
And life size.
I got you one better.
Yeah.
Let's scan your head, print it,
Uh-huh.
and make it fit around a can of minwax.
And
Like a
mount it on
Send
Bobby
them
top of
out.
a
Jackson
can of
minwax
minwax.
cozy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm game.
Yep.
I'm
Keep your
100%
minwax
game.
in Bobby's head.
Okay.
Maybe we'll be able
Yeah.
to get some sort of remuneration from the minwax company.
I'm sure
Oh.
all they have to do is look at this, and I'm sure the lawsuits are already flying, actually. But
Paul John's life has a question for you, Bobby, on is minwax coverage enough? Do you need to dip it in future on top of the minwax, or is just the
No.
minwax coverage just enough? That's enough
Minwax
sealant.
is sufficient.
You're sealed.
No.
Yes.
I dull coat it afterwards because the minwax is a
Oh.
gloss.
I
So
cast mine
there's
in
no
the
need
cubes
to
of clear lucite.
So after the minwax, just to be clear, after the minwax, there's no need to further ruin the miniature by putting anything else on it. The minwax is enough.
No, at that point they're sufficiently ruined, Michael. You know, I
Okay.
experimented with that magic dip, the future stuff,
Yeah.
and it's a little more complicated than minwax. Minwax is easier, you know.
Yeah.
You just dip it, soak off the excess, and let it sit till the next day, and then dull coat it, and you're done. The real trick with
We used to
minwax.
use the Tamiya gloss coats for the heavy play miniatures.
Yeah, we did that when I was young.
Necromunda, you know, they'd fall down 3 or 4 stories every time you'd jostle.
Yeah,
a
your
beer.
guy's dead. I dull coat everything nowadays, but back when we were kids, it was kind of the fad to gloss coat things.
Yeah, it was.
Remember that?
Back when
heavy line everything with those Humbrol oils, and then gloss coat everything.
We gloss coated it and then matte coated it over that. That way, when it got shiny, you knew they were starting to show some wear.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes our host. Apparently, we've driven him off.
Enough minwax talk. Oh,
there you go.
Look at this. This is a 6th grade edition.
Bobby Jackson's? Oh.
No, I don't even remember who it was from. Oh, it's from Broadsword, 1981.
Oh, yes.
It's a Balrog, all single cast, and I must have used, looking back, they must have used an entire can of gloss coat on this one miniature here, because
that is fantastic stuff.
That really does look like the Tamiya gloss, actually.
Where did you buy that?
That's pretty good.
Who knows? I was living in Texas at the time, and there was a little miniature store down near North Park Mall, and they had everything from the old Heritage, and I think they had a few Broadsword miniatures. How long did Broadsword miniatures even exist? Yeah.
Valendar says he looks like he's made of cherry pie filling.
He kind of does. And he looks really shiny on screen. He's really that shiny. He is just...
That was the fad back then.
It was. Everything.
Even the player characters that I group I played, because 1981 I was playing D&D then. I was a junior in high school in 1981, and we were.
Everything was sweatier back in the 80s. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Everyone was glossy when they're walking around.
This is kind of fun. This is Grenadier.
Stuff.
Grenadier. Remember one of those nights? Look at my freehand from back in the day.
Oh, brilliant! Is that a cobblestone? Let me see the feet.
The feet.
He's glued to the mount. That looks like one of those cobblestone knights.
It does kind of.
Yeah, it was in their Fantasy Knights box set. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then this is another Grenadier from one of the smaller box sets. Yeah, again, just why did I even bother to paint layers of paint?
It'd be fine to find that figure and paint it again with your current techniques.
Yeah, like maybe.
What you mean, minwax?
Well, I meant Michael, but if you wanted to try with the minwax, Bobby, that'd be
All
fine.
right.
Yeah.
I just
thought
think
you were
with Michael,
talking
it
to
could
me.
be like a 50-year retrospective.
Not quite that long, but sure.
Well, it might be by the time you get done.
Yeah, it's true.
Pretty.
That's true. By the time I finish anything anymore, it's taken forever.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are fun. I had those stashed away for the longest time, my very first painted miniatures, and I put them out not too long ago, maybe a year or so ago, just to say, it's nice to see those old sculpts. And there's still a lot of coolness about them. Maybe it's just nostalgia or what it used to be like.
Saved them from the yard sale, did you?
Yeah, I know, right? My AFX racetrack ended up at a yard sale when I went off to college. No, but the miniatures didn't. They made it. I was able to save those. They didn't get thrown into a coffee can. They were actually kind of packed away nicely. So,
I have my old tackle box up in
Do
my
ya?
attic full of the ones from when I was a kid. Yeah, a lot of archive miniatures.
Yeah,
a lot of archive Grenadier, old Ralpartha, the little teeny tiny Ralparthas.
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember those.
The Tom Muir tiny elves that were smaller than a gnome now.
Do you remember that teeny tiny werewolf that's crouching with one paw up? I mean, he's teeny tiny. From the 1970s. It is a fantastic miniature.
Yeah. I have a knight with a morning star from back in that day. And I was noticing the other day, for some reason, it's in my electrical service box. It's just sitting on the floor of that. I have no idea where it popped up or why it popped up in that specific place. I mean, I've moved 100 times since then, but
he's trying to escape.
It's like that doll in Stephen King.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oops, what are we going to see here?
Those are some winners.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, you're reaching back a ways.
Yeah, I'm just went to my little
no lead rod or anything. Well, maybe a little bit on the
a little bit on this Grenadier, and then this is Old Citadel.
Yeah,
Old Dwarf. He was when I was in middle school and I played. I can't find the painted version of him, but he was my character. I played a dwarf with an axe, and then here's an old Grenadier wizard. Those are the ones I could get at quickly. So fun times.
Super fun.
Yeah, the old citadels. They had a line of dwarves there were tons of them. They were all different and unique.
Yeah,
remember the dwarf stretcher crew, and the dwarf with inferiority complex, the one standing on the other one's shoulders. Yeah,
there was one on stilts.
Oh, that's it. Oh, wait.
Here we go.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
There he is. There he is. I love those guys. They're just so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Trying to give Bobby some more ideas to steal.
Yeah, I'd steal that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Well,
might not be able to. Might not be able to sell.
We had a little project maybe last year that was some
reimagination.
Yeah.
Tribute.
I like
tribute.
That. Yeah,
I did too.
Tributes.
That was super fun.
Tributes. Yeah.
It really was. That was a super fun project.
You know what's even the best? Not the best, the result of that project, but a great add-on bonus of that project. Can you guess, Bobby? That I was trying to sell that idea for such a long time, and a certain person never bought onto it, but then we got somebody else to buy onto that idea. And now that first person, right? He's a little buttsore that he didn't.
Tears of blood.
He did not. Yeah.
Should have listened.
Should have listened.
Oh well.
So you're talking around it. Do you have the figure to show, the Dark Sword figure?
I sent that off, but I do have the. Oh my god! I have the original.
Yes, Izzy Lobo, the dwarf with no name and the lever action crossbow. That was a very good one.
Yeah. Here's
Oh,
the
the little
original.
sniper. That's the original one.
Yeah.
That's the original, and wow, I have a few. I need to paint up this one. This is my favorite. This was the one I wanted to do, and we added the other ones in. But this was the one that was trying to sell. And man, the coolest thing was, and we talked about this last time you were on, that you actually allowed me to do a little bit of tiny art direction, and especially at getting the squirrel on his shoulder, because that was something that's not in the original. That little squirrel that's helping him sight up. I like that. That's one piece.
That'd look good
That
with a
was
certain
fun.
file I just sent you, Michael.
do
a
we talk-
turnaround.
Yes. What, Bobby?
I didn't realize. How long has it been since I've been on? It's been 2 years.
No, I think you were on last summer. That's when I painted.
Not
yours
long
last
enough,
summer, I
I'd
thought.
say.
Yeah.
Not long enough. Yeah. Wow.
It's been a while.
Thanks for being on,
It's been a
Bobby.
while.
Oh, my
found one
pleasure.
of the,
Anytime, fellas.
I found the
Glad to be
poster, the
back.
post for it, but
Yeah.
it was a while ago. Well,
I
you know,
just
we've been
didn't
trying to
realize
get you for a long time to get back on the show, but your agent keeps intervening, saying you're busy
And
doing
I'm-
this or that or the other thing. And,
And
you
I am
know, I don't know what
uncooperative.
could be more important to you or to the hobby than this show in particular.
Nothing.
Say that again?
I was just being
Yeah.
uncooperative.
No.
Let's see. Valandar, Bobby, are you ever going to make your version of the bonus invisible stalker from Grenadier Comedy Lords?
Ooh, I don't remember that one. Is
It
it
was
the
a
empty
base with
blister like the
footprints.
Reapers? Oh, that's right. You know, I did do an Invisible Man once. I think I did it
You
for
did?
Agents of Gaming. Yeah,
Yeah,
Where,
you did. I remember
remember that?
seeing it.
it
I
was.
do.
The little guy, he had all his bandage and goggles on, and then the other little part was just a base with bare footprints in the sand.
That was back in the day. I was trying to figure out how you even made miniatures. I remember seeing that.
That was
Hey,
a long
Justin.
time ago.
Justin, are you awake?
Yes. No, I just woke up. What's up?
How many subs did we get?
Well, let's see. We're at 3 actually.
That's
we're 2 away from a giveaway.
Oh, two away
more
from the
subs.
giveaway.
Come on. We need 2 more subs.
Got any subs out there?
2
and
people get a shot.
will-
And of course,
Bobby
Bobby
tool.
gets one because he's a guest.
He's already has a bunch. We gave him.
I have a case of them. You know, I have so many of them. I only use them once and throw them away.
That's privilege. That's privilege right
Yeah.
there,
Right, baby.
boys and girls.
You know
He
Julie's
uses them
gonna
to eat
stab you.
caviar.
Yeah,
Poke
Julie Guthrie's
picks
going to
the
stab you
caviar,
in the eye next
Eats
time.
it, throws
She's
it
gonna stab
away.
you in the eye next time you see it. She's going to stab you with that pokey tool that you just threw away.
Poke and toss.
Wow.
I got a bandolier
Yeah.
of them, man. They're disposable.
Yeah. Check your privilege. So
That's why we're limited on what we have to give away every time Bobby
Right.
manages to get them by the handful.
hey, Rhonda didn't get her guest pokey tool. Somebody was supposed to send that to you, Rhonda? Jason and I, the talent, can't be bothered with that part. That's a Justin.
We don't
thing, I
have
think.
any stock to send. I mean,
No,
I
we
could
don't.
send you the one I have.
Yeah.
No, the Pokey tools typically are sent out by the person who does the giveaway sendouts. So, Rhonda to receive one, she needs to email Courtney.
No, Rhonda was a guest. That's why she didn't get hers.
Yeah.
That too.
Oh, the guest has to email Courtney as well.
Yes, being that he wants it documented.
Ah, okay.
Wow. Well, there you go. So, I guess we've just inflicted you with that little chore, Bobby. Sorry, and Rhonda.
No problem.
Bobby is donating his today to the giveaway. How about that, Bobby?
Yep.
Since
He
you have
is,
a
and
band layer
shipping.
of them.
Shipping
what?
and handling as well. He lives above
I'm
a
not
post
paying-
office.
I'm not paying shipping and handling, but because I love this audience so much, I will donate my pokey tool to the cause.
All right, so that's
Wow.
2 pokey tools. Justin.
Yes, my heart swells.
Get your hashtag freeze in now, everybody that wants a Pokey tool.
Let me activate it.
Huh, cool. You're giving away 2, and I see 2 freeze.
We have more than that. We have about 5 or 6.
Now get your
I need another one.
in.
Okay, now put your hashtag in. So if you've already done it, redo it. Look at that. Boom, there it goes.
But there's a lag, right? So they're only hearing it now, and we already put them in.
Oh, well, if you hear it now, put them in again.
While you're at it, throw a couple subscriptions in there.
Yeah, and then
The more the merrier.
And right. And here they come. So what do you got? Hey, so let's pub some stuff while we're waiting. Let's talk. What are you doing? What are we doing Friday? What's going on Friday, Bobby Jackson?
We're playing Reaper Errant.
Yeah, tell me about that. Tell everybody about Reaper Errant.
This is a big episode. This is the one where we finally lose our first party member. The elf is going to perish at the hands of the Strangler Cape.
Yeah, I think that'll be great.
Michael will be re-rolling a new character.
I'd
Level
start working
1.
on it now.
I think
First
the
level
gnome secretly loves the elf. They're roommates on the ship.
Who does?
The gnome. The gnome
Pugh?
bard is in.
No.
Yeah.
Pugh, I mean, Bobby Jackson.
I think this is a backstory we haven't been privy to.
Yeah. Well, it's not that kind of love. Don't make it wrong.
Let me share the backstory.
No one's making
share
it
the
wrong.
backstory.
I personally love Abran. I mean, Abran is. I've been playing with Abran as a sidekick since I was playing Rice Pie the Halfling.
Right.
Yeah.
But Pugh does not like Abran. Pugh is a nature gnome, and he doesn't like wood elves who traipse through his forest with their tutus and roach clips and weirdness. And he doesn't like those types of people laying their little eggs in his cabbage patch. It's disgusting. He doesn't like elves.
This seems like a perfect time to mention the wonderful wood elves you just finished for RBJ Games.
I think those turned out pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I'm getting one of those.
So it was a roach clip on that one person's belt.
Yeah, and the big druidess, she's it's all drug paraphernalia.
Okay,
and they're wood elves.
Right.
Yeah,
but
it's a wonderful Kickstarter. You've done some work there, and I believe
I asked Ben to send me a couple of those elves. So
I think they turned out pretty good.
Oh, Mason also has some work in there.
Yep.
Well,
I think
let's go back.
I was trying to rip off
Aaron.
I'm sorry.
Who are you ripping off?
Aaron.
I was trying to rip off Copplestone. I love my Copplestone.
Does he know?
I think that guy. No, but you know what? Years ago, I sent the only fan letter I've ever sent to anybody to Mark Copplestone, and he wrote me back.
Wow.
And won my heart.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, there's no room for Abran if Copplestone's already in there.
No, I do like Abran personally, but Pugh does not like Abran. Pugh is praying for his death.
Well, that's a good team build there.
It should be a great episode on Friday. Full of agony. The death throes of the wood elf.
Is that what we're doing? We're back on the wonderful ship that Ed painted, that Chris Lewis sculpted?
We're back on that.
Did we just pick up your new toy and just go right back to the ship, or are we going to let Rhonda cast a spell and try to figure out what it is
say we don't. I
you?
say we just have him throw it on and activate it. That's the most fun.
I already put it on. It takes an hour. Okay. We're going to walk back. Yeah.
Okay. Rock and roll. Because Pugh is essentially spent. He's down to shooting toothpicks. He needs to go back and take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so Justin, looks like we had a myriad of subs. Clavicus sent a bunch in. Julie Cat did a bunch.
Thank you so much for those subs.
Yeah, thank you. Where are we at now? How many we got? With Bobby's, including Bobby's donated Pokey tool, how many are we at?
5 total Pokey tools.
5 total Pokey tools.
Get your hashtag freeze in because we're going to draw here. And
that's a large amount of Pokey tools today. Very good.
Let's see if
we
I
can
hear
get a few
some
more.
background TV noise or something.
That's coming from Bobby.
It's Bobby?
Hey, Jules. It's tennis time now. She told me I had my hour.
Well, okay. Sorry.
That's true. It is time, to be fair.
It is time. It's tennis time.
It is tennis time.
Hey, Bobby, do you want to try to read the names? The winning names?
How do I do that?
Can you see chat?
Where?
In chat.
Oh,
You'll see it pop up in chat.
Are you ready,
let
Bobby?
me pull it up. I'm ready.
Okay.
We're ready.
How many am I going to be reading?
5 names.
5.
5.
All right.
Okay, here you go.
That's one more than 4, Bobby.
I can do it. I got
first name.
Coincidentally,
First name?
that's how many fingers I have.
All right. Finger
Here's
1.
Bobby, first one.
Number 1 is at Paul John's Life.
You don't have to do the at portion.
Okay.
Yeah,
number 2.
dork.
Whatever. The Waffle Witch. I like that one.
Oh, that's a great
That's
name.
a good one.
I like that.
Number 3 is Level
third
20
finger.
Gaming.
Fantastic.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Number 4, B Jackson 2000. Just kidding.
Nope.
Yep.
It's Arrow
that's
Wiz
wrong.
130.
And last but not least.
Last one
digit.
is Clavicus 81.
Clavicus,
that
I
seems
think,
almost
wins
rigged.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Clavicus 81.
Yeah.
I like that.
Congratulations.
Michael hit the shill switch.
I like the Waffle Witch's name, so I want mine to go to the Waffle Witch.
Ooh.
The one I donated.
All right.
Are you going to sign the package?
Save the package, show up to ReaperCon, and Bobby will sign your package, Waffle Witch.
You know what?
Don't
You
read
could just
any more-
pull a new
anything
one
more
out of my
into it.
bandolier.
That's it. Bobby will officially sign anyone's package at ReaperCon.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. Here we go.
Goes along with
Boy,
the,
let's just
Here
move
we go.
on along here.
Yeah. Next.
Hey, so thanks for being on, Bobby. Next week, we might have our start to our continued Bone
It's not
6
me again?
promo preview. Would you like to be on again, Bobby?
I'll be on anytime you want to. I was just joking. My wife
You were
said
such a wonderful
I better
guest.
limit it to an hour.
I know.
Yeah.
But
I'll look at the tennis schedule and we'll see what's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That weird Serbian guy may be playing.
I think he's banned, isn't he, from everywhere now?
Yeah, I think he is. He might even be in prison.
Yeah, probably.
He does look like a war criminal.
Look, it's the first time that we've had
Worst thing
tennis
ever.
chat on the show, which is awesome.
I like tennis. Tennis is a great game.
Hey, so
we're gonna be
don't
rating
forget.
C-Not, by the way.
All right, cool. Friday, join us for Reaper Errant, hosted or put on, DM'd by Frank at Nightheart Gaming, and Anne and Sidwee is involved, and Justin's involved. It's fantastic. It's fun. It's 3 hours of us just goofing off. So please join us and watch.
Unlike this show, which
Abran.
is 1 hour of us goofing off.
Yeah. So
So if you want 2 more hours of this kind of crap, go ahead and tune in on Friday.
Well,
Bobby.
the Friday's a little more well directed. Frank does kind of ride herd
That's true.
on us.
That's true.
Right.
And the sets are wonderful, and sound effects, the weather effects.
Yeah. It's worth
Total
it just to tune
immersive
in to see Frank's
environment.
work.
Bobby,
Yes, sir.
what do you got to say? What's your parting shot?
That's all, folks.
Awesome.
Ah,
Jason?
Roll credit.
I can't beat
Roll
that.
credits.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, just hold
Thanks
these-
everybody for paying attention, tuning in, watching, all that fun stuff.
all the fun stuff.
All
Thank
the
you,
fun
folks,
stuff.
and we'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
What is that music?